All right. Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. No.
No? All right, well, I
Maybe.
guess it ends the session. Goodbye, everyone. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Quest Collective, a D&D campaign centered around the popular MMO of RuneScape. I am your host, Valdez, the Dungeon Master, and we are about to begin our great adventure in the world of Gielinor with Session 11. But before we begin, we do have some bad news. One of our player who played the character Kazarick, um, sadly had to move out of the group because of some real life situation. As such, they're always welcome to come back, and their character is still in the campaign, at least in the D&D Beyond campaign page, and they're free to return whenever they want. But for now, sadly, they have departed before we could even start session 11 to at least give them a goodbye for now. And we are missing Zelda, who's going to be probably late or not around. I don't know. This part is actually my fault. I've been too busy to notify most of my players. With that, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So let me quickly do
Let's
some
get it.
stuff to open some stuff. I want to make sure I have everything set up. All right. Just trying to remember where we left off, and okay. So, in where we left, when we last left off, we is hold on. God damn it, what's going on here? Oh, well, that explains a lot. All right. Sorry. Streaming problem is still a thing, even when I'm getting some stuff through. All right, so we last left off with you guys having successfully raided through the cult's hideout and being rewarded for your hard work and achievement on being able to not only stop a demon summoning, but also ensuring that there were minimal casualties within this raid. Making sure that all the hostages were alive, and as well as digging deeper into the plot, learning a bit more about who this potential hidden boss, not hidden, sorry, secret boss that has been mind controlling everybody is. So you all decided after a night of partying and resting to head over to the train station, which is located under Falador within the western district of the city, heading straight to the dwarven mine, or at least the mine that is run by the dwarves. As you're walking there, and you start making your way through the city with a bunch of people just looking at you, just, pointing, giving applause. You see, as well as the hostages that you rescued, all being hugged because of the rescue. Because they were rescued, a lot of them were missed. Some were basically being teased a bit. You you all see the amount of people sort of cheering for you eventually as they start growing more and more in number. I would like to ask, what is all of your reaction to this?
Temple, go first.
I was gonna say a look of pride and a job well done.
I will just lean towards Timble and say, like, are we famous?
Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out when we get back.
I don't like this. Bear would be discomforted by all this attention.
What's the matter? I thought a famous berry salesman would love to have all this attention.
Yeah, you know, it's just so much more sales, you know, more customers.
I prefer one-on-one. I don't like lots of people.
Assuming he says that, he continues walking, not giving any sort of reaction, as he responds with, I understand Vera's reason. This is not something that I care for, mostly because I'm a knight. My duty is already what brings me wealth.
Oh, take some pride in what you're doing, mate, you know?
Meanwhile, Luke would just be like flexing it off and like soaking in the applause, you know, dropping shit like, thank you, I'll be here all week, unless something explodes, then I'll be over there. And, oh, no, please, hold your applause. Nah, I'm kidding, louder is better.
As you're doing that, a lot of people just continue to cheer. Some people quite kind of laugh at what you're doing. Basically, this attracts your a lot more attention with other people. Assuming,
Alright, maybe...
go ahead.
Alright, maybe he's hamming it up a little too much.
Asumi just responded with just looking at Luke and just smirking a bit, shaking his head as he continues to walk, adding, I agree. He might start getting drunk by this. Responding to you, Temple.
Sorry, what'd he say?
Ooh, yeah. Applause accepted. Praise accepted. Donations highly encouraged.
We already got Luke, so don't try to make money from the citizens.
Remember, kids, aim for the biggest problem, blow it up, and look cool doing it.
Oh, wow. Alright. Yeah, so just a quick reminder to the viewers, quick note to the viewers at home. So Zelda might not be able to come because they are stuck at something, which is fine, not a problem. As you continue to walk, eventually the applause starts dying down as you start making your way through some buildings, following the path to a small house that leads underground. As you make it inside, you start seeing a crowd of dwarves all around mining. As Kazarick goes, this way, friends, this way. The train is just around the corner, he says as he's leading you guys through the mine shaft. Is there anything anybody wishes to say or do while they're walking through the shaft?
So we all agreed on...
How tall is the mine shaft?
So we all agreed on what?
So we all agreed on going to Camelot?
I think so.
Well, then I think we're probably gonna have to get a train to the White Wolf Mountains, if I remember correctly.
Asumi responded with, yes, our original plan is to go to Camelot and see if Silas is there and hopefully he hasn't gotten lost.
Just looking for the old man, eh?
I can't wait to get out of Falador. I've been here far too long.
Just to give a quick description, the mine shaft is pretty dull. I would say that even though there's dwarves there, you would expect it to be small enough that a lot of the more taller members of the party had to hunch forward. But for those of you who were probably there for the first time, you could see that you're able to stand up straight. The shaft should be no more than maybe I would say somewhere between 20 to 25 feet tall. And it's pretty large. There's a lot of ores and materials being mined, a lot of deposit that are being depleted. And there's enough light source. Basically, torches are basically put about every 10 to 15 feet away from another, just to be able to allow the miners enough light to be able to see. And you do, also to add, you do hear a lot of echoes from pickaxe being swung, striking down on the ore deposits.
I swear to God, if they start singing "Hi Ho," I'm gonna lose my mind.
Hi ho!
God damn it! God damn it!
Hey,
I was
you started it.
expecting to hear singing "Broads of the Mine Rejoice."
Jokes aside, no, they're all just mining and everything. As Kazric continues to lead you through the mines, a lot of them are just look back and they see Kazric. They're basically nodding at him, greeting him in Dwarven tongue as he waves back and nods back. And he goes, lots of friends guarded them through travels, helped them through goblin raids, he says as he points towards the people he's waving to.
Busy man, aren't you?
Repeat that?
Sorry, I guess the better way to say is popular guy, huh?
I do remember, I couldn't hear you that way. He responds with, popular enough to be recognized, well known to my brethren. He said as he continues to walk, and he goes, Goblin raid always issue. Not all goblins, but a lot of greenskin always end up being trouble. He looks back at you, assuming goes, no offense, I mean smaller greenskins. Asumi responds with, I'm not that green, am I?
Hey. You just started. It's only fair that you're new.
I don't think you're very green. I mean, if you were any greener, I'd probably have to start calling you Envy.
I think you're less green than grass. That's all I'm gonna say.
Asumi responds with, I guess I'll take those compliments. After continuing walking and still hearing a lot of pickaxe, eventually the echo starts not dying down, but getting less and less and less. As eventually you start hearing the sound of engine basically coming from a corner of the cave. As he starts leading you further and further, you finally get to basically a station. For those of you who've probably never been in a train station before, in character, not in real life, in character. This is relatively different, new. You know that people would always get in front of mounts, stables of cities to be able to walk over and basically get a wagon to be able to drive from one location, not drive, but be taken to one location to another, or rent a mount. This is different. You could see a large mechanical structure made of metal and large metal wheel with steam coming out of the very top of it. And it has some sort of light source right in front of it that doesn't look like it's being lit by a torch, but something else. On your right, you could see that there's several booths open and a line of people just basically between dwarves, Dorkishan goblins, which are Gabe goblins, and with somewhat bigger eyes and more straight posture than a regular goblin, and humans, all of those kind, basically ordering tickets at these booths. Kazra goes, there, line right there to get tickets. Come, we wait.
Sounds good.
Sumi
How does
goes.
this work exactly?
Sorry, what?
How does this work exactly, Kazrik?
Kazric goes, basically, it, he starts speaking in Dwarvish a bit, like almost looking for the word before he goes. Basically, we go in and they put coal somewhere to like a furnace. And they go and basically make the train move. Train moves from point A to point B. Super fast.
No, I was asking about, the tickets. Like, do we wait in line, buy a ticket, get in train?
He goes, yes, we wait line, get ticket for seats for us, sit down. He starts finding the word for dwarf for common, and he starts going on, starts speaking in dwarven, and he goes, basically ticket is for seat for you, me, and rest. We have specific chairs to sit on.
Oh, makes sense.
Asumi responds with, and no one in here is claustrophobic, right?
Well, hopefully
No.
it's not too small. If I have to bend down my head so I don't fucking touch the ceiling, I'm gonna be mad.
No, I love having you all so close to me.
I'm sorry, Luke, but I do not swing that way.
I swing in all directions. Anyone can get it.
Asumi responds with, no, I just mean that there's a chance that when the train goes, we'll be heading through a tunnel. It might look like the space around us is enclosed. I know claustrophobia tends to be an issue there.
I have a
No problem
massive
with that.
backpack, so I can just squeeze that in as well.
I know nobody can really see this, but the Discord chat is very PG-13 after these comments being said in characters.
Nuh-uh.
No, don't lie.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
no.
Oh god, I hate you all. And love you all at the same time. Alright. So the line starts moving as eventually as Kazric was gonna go and goes, "Oi!" Speaking in Dwarvish tongue, actually, to make this a little bit faster in this situation, he starts speaking in Dwarvish tongue. He pulls out what looks like a emblem of a sort, Asumi, Luke, and Thimple. Thimple because you have history with this. But for Luke and Asumi, you guys recognize this as badges, basically to show that you are part of an authority, an authorized organization, in other words. As he shows this, the clerk looks at him and she goes, is responding in Dwarvish tongue to where she gestures over to some guards over there, where he goes, thank you. He turns around and goes, friends, I've managed to get us free tickets. We get good seats, but supposedly I have to speak to fellow guards, black guards, something about situation happening. I shall be right back. Wait for me here. He looks over and goes, not here, away from line, but wait. He goes on ahead and he just starts walking to the other guards. Meanwhile, Sumi wants to respond with, I wonder if there's some kind of issue that requires him to speak with the other black guards.
You don't think they're gonna have him go back to Keldegrim, do you?
Sumi responds, it is possible. If he has to speak with other guards, I can only imagine there's a situation where it requires him to return to Keldegrim. By the way,
I didn't really think he was.
sorry, real quick. I know you guys might hear this, and so the people at home, but I'm taking care of my nephew, and we managed to tire him out this morning. But it seems he's still being a little bit loud, so if you do hear him, sorry. So, Barrow.
That's children at this point.
What were you saying?
I'm actually surprised he's part of the Black Guard. I kind of thought that was the strongest goal.
Sorry, say that again. You kind of broke up on us.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said I'm surprised that he is actually a part of the Black Guard. I thought that was a drunken story he told.
Why would you think it was a drunken story? He's been fairly sober for the most part. I mean, alcohol hasn't really fazed him at all.
Has he?
He responds.
Yeah.
Asumi responds with, he's even in uniform most of the time.
I mean, you could just steal one of those.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't think you could steal one of those and get away with it.
I don't know, dwarven politics.
Asumi responds with, do you know any politics?
I know a little bit about... No, I don't.
Kazarek starts returning and he goes, friends, apologies, but I cannot go with you to adventure. There is issue with some problem my people wish to discuss and need me back to Keldegrim. I am going to have to leave you all now. I am very saddened by this, and I am sorry.
Don't worry, my friend. Hopefully you can rejoin us once everything is finished.
Yeah. Well, it's a shame to see you go. Sometimes duty has to come first.
If we don't meet again, we've already done great work together. Care, Blackguard.
He looks over to you, Barrett, goes, agreed. Even though, don't like you method of selling berry juice. You are good friends, especially Asumi, who worked together before, and again, I am proud to call you all comrades, which Asumi was trying to respond with, it was an honor to work alongside with you. Hopefully, if fate allows it, if the gods would be kind enough, perhaps you could rejoin us one day. But until then, I hope things are not as bad in Caldegram as I hope it is. I think you might have said that wrong there. You did, okay. He's editing that out, so I'll read that later. Anybody else wish to say anything to Kazarik before?
Have a good one. I'll make sure to have a glass of brain death rum every time I find myself missing you.
You may want to switch that to Dwarven Stout.
Oh, but then it's not as memorable.
The brain death rum will be for if Rudy leaves.
Oh, is that the Rudy thing?
Yes, Rudy's the one who got really drunk off the rum.
See, I was so fucked up. I guess I just don't remember.
That's why you have me.
Kazra goes, I will miss this conversation, this little banter as well. Goodbye, my friends. I have to get ticket to another train to go to Caldegram. Until then, may we meet again. As he goes, he extends his hand to shake his hand to each and every one of you. And with that, if nobody has anything else to say,
take care, Kazric. We'll see you. Hopefully, if we ever end up in Keldegrim.
If you do come back to come by, do look for me. I can give you tour of my city, great city, beautiful city, underground, not as bright, but it is great, and I know of good pub for us to drink in. And with that, if nothing else, he starts walking away. Do you guys head inside your train? It's basically still there.
Yep. Then we'll just go in and try to find the nicest looking place to sit down.
Give me one quick minute. Susie, I think the construction over there isn't starting. Sorry, we also had a construction going on this few weeks, and my wife just woke up telling me that she can't sleep because she can hear a baby from our neighbor on the other building crying.
Baby on the other side crying. Our kid's here. You.
Hey, excuse me, I told you it was having a second. It's not my fault it just had to work today. Anyway, continuing on. So you find yourself some nice seats, definitely designed for their reserved seating. So you find yourself a good spot to be able to look out the window, if not somewhere between. Assuming says he would probably like to sit next to Thimble unless somebody cuts him off. But he would try to sit down next to Thimble, looking out the window at. You want to know what? Let me tell you what. Cave. You're looking at a wall, man. There's nothing there. I am not gonna give you the detail of what the cave looked like. Assuming, no. Rock, mineral,
looks like
dirt,
a cave.
Worms coming out of it. I don't know, man.
Describe the rock type.
Oh my god.
Is it a cave?
Geodudes.
I hate you all. You know what?
Is it not a
It's
cave?
granite.
You know what? The cave collapse on top of you, killing you all. Anyway. You, I hate you. I know what you did, Asumi, but I hate you. So you all go on ahead and just are waiting there. And the train eventually, you hear, all aboard! We're starting to move too! Wait, fuck, where was it? Where was the next, for one of the train stations? It wasn't it, in, White Wolf Mountain?
Yeah, so basically, for the audience, David, or DM and I were the ones who came up with this train system. Basically, the Falador train system is actually a part of Ice Mountain. So, we're leaving Ice Mountain and we're heading towards White Wolf Mountain.
I see you're heading to White Wolf Mountain. Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Like, where were you guys heading to White Wolf Mountain? Alright. So, alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Alright. So, the train starts moving. Alright, and you hear, hello, passengers, and welcome to the Calendagrim Dorskishon trains. We're now heading to White Wolf Mountain. We will be stopping there to let all of you out, and then we will be making a turn to head over to Varrock. Ding! And with that, the train starts moving. Luckily, the way that the train was built, it's not loud within the tunnel. But you do hear the movement of the train, the wheels turning, the engine basically just being loud within the cave. But it's not enough to deafen you. In fact, it's basically muffled. As you're sitting down, you're just looking to out the window. You do see just the caves just passing you. Like the walls just passing you at a really great speed. If any of your characters have rode on a mount or carriage before, this is pretty quick. The only limitation from what you can tell is the destination. You don't have freedom to go where you want. So, what do you guys wish to talk about or do while the train continues to move?
Alright. After you.
Okay, my bad. Luke will pull out a cigar and, he'll like put a little flame at the end of his finger and light that thing up and just start puffing away on the train. He'll pull his side window down, of course.
Are you allowed to do that?
I don't see anybody saying I'm not.
Thimble kind of looks towards out to the middle of the carriage to make sure to see if the conductors are showing up.
Sorry, what's
anyway,
my microphone, my headphone was acting up.
Luke is smoking inside the train car, and he opened a window. Is he allowed to do that?
So the windows can't be opened. You tried looking to see if you can open the window, but you don't seem to find anything like a latch or anything, and it's just just unable to open. It seems to be a glass window basically designed to protect you from whatever's out there.
Oh. Okay, well, I guess I'll just smoke in the cabin regardless.
Have fun with that! Lucky for you, you noticed that you're not the only one. Kazaric had gotten expensive tickets for free. You could see several people smoking. Luckily, there is a air vent around there that basically absorbs the smoke. But you all start smelling. You all start noticing the smell of smoke. At least some of you might cough. Some of you might just make a face. But smoking is noticeable in this specific cart.
David,
Good
can
thing
I
I'm
try
shorter
to
than
just
you.
take out the cigar from Luke's hand and fucking stomp it on the ground?
If Luke wants to allow you to try, yeah, just it would have to be you using unarmed strike against his armor class, I guess. Because it does sound more like you're just trying to smack the cigarette off his hand, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so then just roll for unarmed strike, and we'll see if that ends up making a hit. And if you get a natural 20, I will eat the most spiciest shit I can find.
Oh, I could find something for
Shut
you.
up.
15. Can I use my multi, since I have 2 attacks per action, can I just try to multiple times to just smack it out?
Well, the first time, first to ask Luke, was that a miss?
Oh, what do you roll? Sorry.
15.
15. I believe that misses, right?
Yeah, that's a miss.
Right. So you go on ahead and you're just, you look at him smoking and you try to smack it off his hand. He just moves it out of the way. You wanted to try again, I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Alright, I will use my second attack from my attack action. That's a 27.
That was a 27? What the hell's
Yes,
going on?
27.
Alright, does that hit, Luke?
Yeah, that's a hit.
Alright, so you go on ahead and he avoids it the first time, but the second time you go on ahead and you're like, mother, and boom, you smack the cigarette off his hand and the cigarette just falls to the ground.
I stomp it so it's not like lit on the ground.
Right, so Rudovic goes on ahead and is about to stomp it to try to give you guys the role playing of attempts. Luke, do you let him do this, or do you want to try to like snatch, just stop him from stomping on your cigarette?
He can step on it.
Huh?
He can step on it.
Alright, so so Rudovic goes on ahead and he steps on the cigarette, just putting it out. What is your reaction to that?
Oh, look at you, solving public health one slap at a time. You know you're paying for the next one, right?
Wait, what? I ain't paying nothing. I don't have a problem with smoking. When you smoke in an enclosed area, then I have a problem with that, you know?
I don't know. It seems a little out of place when we're in a smoking section, as it appears.
I look at the other passengers and just sigh. Fuck.
Assuming wanted to enter this, but he was AFK'd. And he goes, huh. You know, we probably should have asked the conductor what cart we were put in. Because this seems more like nobilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, this place.
Sorry, Goga?
This place stinks. And Bear's gonna open up one of her vials of the most potent smelling berry juice and just dump it on the floor.
So you get a smelling berry juice and you just drop it?
Yeah, a very smelly berry juice, and I just dump it on the floor so that the cart starts smelling like berries instead of smoke.
This works for a bit, but give about like the next 5 to 10 seconds, somewhere in between, the odor of the berry starts being overpowered by the odor of freaking smoke.
I might need more potent berries.
Bera, can you give me one of those smelling juices?
Yeah, you can hold it to your nose. I hand one to
Yeah,
Ludovic.
that's what I'm gonna do. I just put it on my under my nose and just enjoy normal smell instead of smoke.
Anyone else want a berry smelling juice?
I think I'll be good.
Sumi responds with, I've dealt with worse. And give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Give me 1 quick minute. The door is open, Faith. Oh, hey. What's going on?
That was wide open.
What happened? Oh. Well, you guys hear that. That's my nephew.
You're making
You want to
your
say hi?
video.
Say hi to the people at home.
They're Kenobi. So I just... Wait, are you guys recording?
Yes, we're also
Yes,
recording.
we are.
So I'm actually going to keep this. Might as well.
I'm sorry the people who's at home, but my cousin Little Waddle is crying, so I'm sorry to interrupt the video. My little cousin.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
No problem.
Don't cry, Waldo. You're just getting your diaper.
Good.
The what? Oh, Faith. Get her the cream for Waldo. Go.
Where did you put it?
Right, it's right there. Right next to the trophy. Yes, there you go. Anyway. But yeah, so, forgive the background noise. But continuing on, you guys go on ahead and, yeah, so while some of you are withstanding the smell of cigarette, a lot of you are basically just holding on to the berry juice into your nose, and you're just trying to do your best to just keep the flavor that you have there. So, Bera, explain what flavor of the berry is it that you have given Ludovic, and what is the one that you're using right now?
That's probably... I don't know which one would be the strongest smelling, but I'm gonna go probably the Cadaver berries. They probably are the strongest smelling, since they can, make you fake death. So they probably smell very harsh, fruity, almost like cereal milk.
Wait, berries that smell like milk? What?
Like fruity cereal milk. Have you ever had fruity cereal and the milk changes into that
Oh yeah.
fruity milk kind of thing? It probably smells like that, I would guess.
No, okay.
That's the one we're both using. We're using the same one.
Alright, sorry, because I was trying to keep it quiet on this stream and Discord so you guys can talk. But alright, so yeah, so that smell basically does, since you're keeping it close to your nose instead of pouring it on the ground, it does manage to overpower the scent of the cigarette for the two of you. While obviously Thimble and Asumi, you could see them both just... They've been through worse and they can handle this. What about you, Luke? Did you pop up another cigarette or... Luke? You there?
Story. Yeah, I guess after a moment of staring at Rudy for a while, out of the side of his eye, under the glasses. He'll eventually, relight another cigar in much the same manner as the first time.
I just stare at Luke. Just stare.
Alright, so as Luke, you're basically, I would say, probably enjoying the smell, not the smell, but I guess enjoying the action of smoking, having the specific herb in it hit your lungs and everything else. Yeah, because again, cigarette in RuneScape doesn't exist. Pipes do, like those cigarette pipes do, but I would say
Smoking toad flax.
Huh?
Smoking toad flax. Toad flax is our version of tobacco, I think.
Yeah, thank you. I actually forgot about those. I actually forgot about those. Those are little. RuneScape has smoking lore. We need more smoking lore. We don't. Yes, we do. We need to talk about the weeds and everything. What different type of weed does to people? Dwarf weed. What does it do? Anyway, with everything aside, the train continues on, and I would say an hour goes by as a food cart starts walking up and handing you guys, well, not handing you guys. First, she walks up to you, to start walking up to different passengers until she reaches you, and she goes, "Hello, what would you guys like? We don't really have dinner or anything, but since we are about an hour and 30 minutes away from White Wolf Mountains Station, we do have some snacks for you guys to eat, especially sandwiches, beef jerkies, salad, fruits. What is it that you folks would like to eat?"
A rabbit and tomato sandwich, please.
Ooh. And she goes on ahead and she grabs a sandwich that is covered in paper, and she hands it over to you. It's a very thick sandwich. So once you open it up, it has a lot of slices of ham, a good amount of slices of cheese, lettuce, tomato, whatever it is that you could think of a sandwich this thick could have. Anybody else?
When Thimble opens up that rabbit sandwich, my rabbit pops out of the bag and just stares at him, watching him.
Thimble then proceeds to look at Ogle and just take a bite out of the sandwich, looking him directly in the eyes.
The rabbit's reaction to that is just... You swear you could hear... and the rabbit is now just judging you.
Oh, look!
They never break eye contact.
Oh, look, a snack appeared out of your backpack, Bera.
Oh, damn.
No, Ogle is not a snack.
Oh, so it's
I have
emergency
snacks.
food.
No. Ogle fruit is emergency food.
And what if we run out of that?
I can summon berries at will, so I think we'll be fine.
Alright. So anyways, I'm gonna have the same sandwich as my gnomish friend had.
Alright, she goes on ahead and she gives the sandwich. Barrel's rabbit is just looking at Rudovik now like, oh, how dare you? Like, the facial reaction of how dare you never thought a rabbit would have. Like, it's almost like you offended it. Asumi says that he'll just have beef jerky, which obviously is a nice little bag of beef jerkies. They're dry, they're hard, but chewy too. They're delicious, salted. What about you, Luke?
Oh, no thanks. Nothing for me. I think I'm gonna go on a little fast.
Alright. And with everybody being given their food, what about to drink? Actually, let's see. Yeah, they basically have just water. Just since it's about an hour and 30 minutes away, all they have is just water. Like cups of water, like wooden cups. And she starts handing them out and she goes, water? Water? Water?
Water.
Water. She goes and she pours the water for Thimple and Asumi, who also says water. Anybody else also wants water? Some good delicious H2O? Some agua?
What other drinks do you have?
Luke will take a water real quick.
Alright. Alright. And Bear, I'm guessing you'll stick to your berry juice?
I'll get some water for Ogle, though.
Okay. She goes on ahead and she gives the water. She goes, I have a pet rabbit as well. They're home. What color is your rabbit again? Is it brown?
It's Ogle root color.
And she goes, it's almost the same color as yours. Also slightly lighter, grayer. I think mine is starting to hit the age of elderly.
Yeah, this one I think it's old. I've had it for a while.
Ah, that's nice. Rabbits are such good companions, although they tend to be a bit... She leans in, like just trying to stay it into ear. They tend to be a bit crazy, especially needy. You don't give them the right things, they end up being a bit aggressive. But they're such sweethearts, aren't they?
Yep, Ogle. As long as Ogle has his Ogle roots, he's perfectly good.
The rabbit is just continuing to stare at the two individuals that are eating rabbits.
I take big juicy bites out of the sandwich whilst having direct eye contact with the rabbit.
Damn. Asumi responds with just looking like, damn. Like he says, I feel like when the moment comes, this rabbit might end up trying to kill one of you in your sleep.
He can certainly try.
I swear to God, if this rabbit is like secretly a demon or something, I'm going to be really angry. Because I don't know why, but there's this voice in the back of my head saying, this has happened one too many times in the world somehow.
The rabbit
That was
just
weird. Whisper ancient infernal at me. Is that anything? I say.
I'm sorry.
Jokingly.
Say that again.
I say jokingly. It was joke. It was a joke.
Then we'll just squints his eyes at Bera and then leans over and whispers to Rudy, alright, when she's not looking, we're going to take that rabbit to an exorcist.
Yes. And if it is possessed, we kill and eat.
Jesus Christ. The cart attendant starts pushing the cart towards the next passengers, giving them foods and drinks. I guess, I don't think you guys need a short rest, but if you guys have wasted anything like a feature or anything, you can go ahead and give yourself a short rest. But if not, yeah, the train continues on until an hour later. It finally starts. You feel that the train is starting to stop as you hear, alright folks, we're nearly there to White Wolf Mountain. Please remain seated as the train stops. If not, you're going to be sent flying to the other side of the cart. As the train now it starts to slow down, and you could feel the slowness as you're not pushed forward, but your body starts leaning forward, or if you're facing it either leans forward to some of you, or you're leaned back against the seat as the train starts stopping. And it starts to slow down even more and more and more and more until finally it ends, and you look out the window and you see you're at another train station where you could see tons of dwarves basically just walking about. There are more dwarves here than you could imagine, and a lot of them seems to be drunk as they are being held by their fellow brethren, and they're just being dragged to the train now, that waiting for the train to open and empty out. So you guys head out of the train?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. So
And then once on the outside, Thimble's gonna just stretch out.
Alright. So as you guys are getting out, Asumi also said basically the same thing, that he's gonna get out and basically start some stretches, as he feels like he might have been like sitting down a little too long. But as you guys get out and start doing some stretches, basically like stretching your legs, your back, like whatever you do to just feel comfortable again. You see a lot of dwarves just walking to the train station, and a lot of dwarves walking out. And with that, you could see a sign saying, "Welcome to the Wife Wolf Mountain Dwarven Stop." And you could see that there's two specific exit, two signs. Sorry, there's two signs leading to two different exits. One exit you can see that says Tavern, which is famously known as a druid village, while the other one leads to Catherby. Wow. There you go. Got it. Damn. I have popcorn stuck in the back of my throat and it hurts.
Just as planned.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but it's painful. So to that left, that other exit is Catherby, which you learn, or a lot of you know, that this is a fishing village, or another fishing village, and the houses another small port within the kingdom of Kandarin. With that, which way do you guys go? I mean, obviously I know which way, but yeah.
Well, based on where we gotta go, we have to head towards Catherby, unless you guys have something to do in Taverley.
No.
Beverly, first time I've been here.
No, they don't have gambling like Rock.
Sorry, repeat that, Barra, because
Said no, they don't have a gambling fighting ring like Varrock does. I have no interest with this town.
Oh, yeah. Same here, Barra. Excuse me.
Asumi responded with, "I don't think we have to visit Uncle Adriel, so Catherby it is."
Oh yeah, Uncle. Sorry. Yep, Catherby. Let's go.
How many aunts and uncles do you guys have?
We have a very big extended family.
Seems so.
Asumi responds with, "Their uncle not by blood, but by bond." And as you guys are heading out, you see a lot of dwarves there. You see some of them basically holding a trophy, basically going, "Ha ha! See, I told you I could win the fishing contest!" While the other one's like, "Oh, you probably shit it! I was using the same bait as you! I just got lucky!" You continue on. You start smelling the salt water as you're getting closer to the exit. As you hear someone goes, "Hey, so did you notice that old man that was walking very slowly out to this exit?" Yeah, what about him? Believe it or not, he hasn't even left Catherby yet. He's still walking. What? You're
Oh,
exaggerating,
God
aren't
damn
you?
it!
You're exaggerating, aren't you? What were you saying, Dimple?
God damn it!
I told
Is
you you
that-
wouldn't have made it there.
Yeah, you
I
got,
go
you got a
towards
fair
the
point.
guy talking about the old man.
Seems like we could have probably helped Kazarick and his people and still made it on time.
Assume he responds with, surely this has to be another old man that is as slow as... I mean, what are the chances of... What? As you continue to walk out, you finally exit the cave as you see that you are in front of several small buildings. And as you look back at the cave entrance and look up, you see the large white wolf mountain right behind you. With snow coming from the top, and you can hear some wolves howling from the distance. But after that, right in front of you, there is a nice clear path that leads you deeper into the fishing hub. And with just to let the viewers at home know, Rudovic had to go BRB because dinner was being made for him. Also, what is going on with my... Okay, there it is. Alright, and with that, yeah, you're now in the village of Catherby. Assuming ads saying, so, should we possibly look for the old man and see that if it is... Sorry, wow, I'm reading that wrong. Should we look for the old man and see if it is Salas? Or should we just walk down the road and probably bump into them?
If they're exiting Catherby towards Camelot, I guess we just go that way and we'll run into them regardless, right?
Yep. Poor old Silas.
Huh? So, with you guys now heading towards the main road then, if nobody object, you start following the road as you start getting deeper into the fishing village, the fishing hub. Going in there, you see there's a lot of small buildings, nothing too big, nothing too small, just enough for you to be able to basically just see, you know, be able to see the sky enough. You start as you continue to walk down, you eventually walk to what appears to be a market area, which is very close to the port. And smelling the saltwater breeze, you do see a familiar old man, basically just almost outside of the marketplace. Anybody wants to say hello to this probably familiar old man?
I think that's him over there. Point.
Do we want to just let him keep going? Like, let the poor guy just, you know, he's probably getting in a lot of work in, you know, stretching his limbs and whatnot. Do we really want to disturb his work?
I don't know. I think we should see if we can complete the quest that we're on before he gets there.
I agree with that. I want to see if we can get it done before he gets there.
Sumi responds with, I think it would be better if we just let him know that we're here. Maybe the dwarves in the caves were over-exaggerating the fact that he was still here because he was slow. Maybe he got there and he couldn't get inside the castle.
But why does it look like he's still going towards the castle?
He's typing right now. Assuming he's typing. Give him a moment. He responds with, maybe because he's going to try again.
But how?
Why'd he leave in the first place?
Yeah, like, couldn't he have stayed in, like, Seer's Village? Why'd he come all the way back to Catherby?
Asumi goes, look, I'm going to talk to them. As he says, he starts walking over to Silas and goes, Silas, my friend, are you okay? Silas turns around and goes, oh, hey, Asumi. Oh, I see you brought the whole gang too. I was just about to return to Camelot. Wait, what are you folks doing here?
We're also going to Camelot.
Oh? How long has it been?
How long has it been?
From
Been like maybe like a day?
Oh shit, what's going on? Hold up. Whoa, my one of my hearing aids just decided to just do a staticky sound, I'm sorry. From a Dungeon Master answer, you would know that it has been at least well over a month and a half. From your travel from Port Saram to another, and basically your entire situation there. Actually, it would have been less than a month. I'm sorry, I miscalculated all that. It went off by real life term. It's been about somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks since you last saw him.
Wait. How has it been that long? Like, did I'm a little confused here, to be honest, because when we last saw him, we saw him in Falador, like, the day before we went down to fight the cult. Because that's when he brought Lilith with him.
No, I'm pretty sure he left before you went to fight the cult. You were...
Yeah, let me finish. I said that was before we went down to fight the cult. But that was, like, the day before. And, like, how to explain this? So, like, we run into him, he shows us Lilith, talk for a while, he then heads off to Camelot. And then, like, the next day, or the next day or two, we then go to fight the cult. And it's only been, like, a day after that, hasn't it?
Right, I think I'm confusing the timeline when you guys went to the Wizard Tower. I think that's where I'm confusing the timeline, because technically, yeah, because right after you went to the tower, he stayed behind to try to get more information with his old friend, and then before you went to fight the cult, he went to Camelot. Yes, I remember. Okay, yeah, so that was my confusion. So yeah, I would say it's been at least 3 days, probably 4. So 3 to 4 days.
Yeah. All right then. So, yeah, it's been about like 3 or 4 days. We just finished up with everything in Falador, and we're starting to head over to the castle to talk to King Arthur.
I see. Well, let me tell you right now, they're a bit of dicks. I tried telling them I needed to talk to the King Arthur fellow as well, but I couldn't get them to let me talk to the king. Something about needing a reason, and I tried telling them information that could help us about this weird-looking fellow that I remember you told me about. But they didn't want to let me in, so I came here, relaxed a bit because I was kind of hungry. I kind of overslept because I drank some booze, and then this morning I decided to go on ahead, get some food, and then head straight back to the castle to see if I can convince them again. Maybe, sneak in. I was planning on using your appearance, actually. He points at you, Thimble.
I'm sorry, you're going to what?
Yeah, I was gonna use your appearance, shape-shift into you, to be able to sneak in. You're small and undetectable.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
How? I'm complimenting your skills. Asumi's just burst into laughter.
I think the logic's pretty sound.
See?
Yeah, I agree.
See, they agree with me.
And if you get caught, then all you have to do is just say your full given name, and Thimble gets in trouble, not you.
Please don't do that.
See, it's a soundproof plan. If anything, I could give a fake name, and they could just check your identification or whatever you kids call it these days.
I don't have one of those.
You don't have an identification? I thought you kids nowadays had these cool things called IDs.
I've never even heard of that.
Give me 1 minute, Faith. Keep an eye on it so when it goes to number 1, you turn it off. Go. Come here. Anyway, give me 1 minute, I'm sorry. Stay here, keep an eye on it so when it's at number 1, you can stop it. Number 1 or number 2? Anyway, sorry. Thimble, Asumi responds with, can you just imagine him getting caught? Just to get...
Yeah, I can imagine.
just to get my cousin in jail?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Oh, come on, I would have been skilled.
Man, you can't even move about your bones cracking in 7 different places.
Okay, look, I know I'm slow, but I'm not... You know what? That probably would have been the backfiring part. Well, since you're here, you could probably do a better job in talking to those jerk knights. Unless you have some sort of, I don't know, papers or something to basically let you in?
I think we got something from the Basilissa.
Oh, well then that actually would have been that would have been more helpful actually. Well, go on ahead, go on without me. I'll catch up, or probably do something else anyway. I feel like I'm more useful as what you call them, a background character. Asumi responds with, "Are you sure? Luke or I can carry you." Oh, no, I'm fine. I don't mind being in the background. At least I could be, the gears of whatever goes on. But nonetheless, go on without me. I'll catch up.
Well, I guess that's our answer. Let's go.
And you start walking off. Obviously, the most obvious thing happened. The old man is falling behind. But you can see he's very happy. Very, very happy walking around. You can tell that he's basically enjoying the view of the nature, of the more open nature of this. The castle of Camelot you do see within the distance. And as you're walking there, you do end up, sorry, you do end up seeing several knight-looking individual with the attire that almost resemble what the brainwash cult leader described. Instead of it being white and red, it seems to be more around the line of it being grayish red with some blue mixed with the coloring. Asumi goes, hey, does that resemble the description that we were told?
Sorry, say that again? Like the part before that. No, before that, the description you gave.
Basically the description of the armor that the brainwash cult leader told you about what the mind controller was wearing. The knights, the knight-looking fellows that are on the other side of the gate seems to be wearing something identical to that, but instead of it being white, red, and a little bit gold trimmed, it's basically grayish with red and blue mixed.
It's definitely similar, so it's possible that they're definitely connected. Let's talk to the king, see if we can get an idea about what's going on.
Alright. As you start getting closer and closer, you see one of the knights look over and goes, "Halt! If you're looking to enter the castle, we're gonna have to tell you to turn back. The King Arthur is not looking for anyone is not looking for any visitors." As he looks over to you, Asumi, and he goes, "A white knight. I hope this does not offend you, but I have never seen a knight in such an appearance like yours. What are you?" Asumi responds with, "I am a half-orc. My mother was an orc and my father was possibly human." Give me 1 minute. Close the door, please. Hey, what's going on? Okay. Close the door, whatever's going on. Anyway, as you say that, Asumi, the knight looks at you and goes, "Interesting. I can confirm that it's not every day this is something we see. But seeing that you're here and in the White Knight armor, we can assume that you are indeed part of the White Knight. But for what reason are you visiting the castle, Sir Knight?" Sumi's typing. So Asumi responds with, "We're here on behalf of the Basilissa, who wishes for us to speak with you with her seal of authorization. We wish to speak to you and possibly the king about a certain individual that could be linked to where you are from." He says, he goes on ahead and he's handing over the seal, which one of the guards grabs and looks. He puts his hand through the gates and he grabs and he looks at it as he's examining it for the moment. And they're like, this is the official. This is from her. This is from the daughter of Sir Doman. Oh snap! We should tell the king. All right, come in and give us a moment. Just wait at that courtyard for us to inform the king. They went on ahead and they go and they start opening the gate. to where they lead you to the courtyard. As they were in the center, you could see that there's a water fountain. And as you wait, you see one of the knights eventually comes out and goes, "All right, His Majesty is ready to speak with you. Please, right this way." Sorry. As you enter the castle, you start enter, and the first thing you see in front of you is a large round table with about how many seats? I think it was 8 to 9 seats in total. Hold up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seats in total. Like, I know originally there's 12, but for anybody who don't play RuneScape, our player character in the game becomes part of the Knights of the Round Table. So that's why there's that many chairs. As you guys are led upstairs, you come towards the throne room, to where you see the king sitting on the chair, and he goes, "Welcome to Camelot, the name of the castle. I am King Arthur of Annika. I was told that you have the authorization of the young lady of the light and wisdom to speak to me."
Your Majesty, so the will just take off his hat. Yeah, we had a few questions, but before we get into that, what's up with the heavy security?
Recently, several years ago, we were infiltrated, and sorry, I'm trying to remember how the quest went. Okay, yeah, so several years ago, we were infiltrated and ambushed by what the White Knight would know as the Black Knight, the Kinshas, as an attempt to help some snot-nosed brat reclaim this estate. Long story short, this estate was given to us as a gift, and they were not happy about it. They hired the Black Knights to try to get me to reclaim the estate, to reclaim the estate. So the heavy security is basically because of that situation.
Fair. Good to know. Alright, so then let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So, we were investigating a cult back in Falador, and during the course of our investigation, we discovered that the real perpetrator is somebody who wears like a red and white armor, and seems to refer to Saradomin as some kind of conqueror, and based on what we had found from like the Basilissa, we think that they might be from Terragard. So we thought we would ask you.
As you explain that, they look at each other. The king is looking at his knights, the knights looking at the king, then each other. To where Arthur goes, "Explain the armor in details, if you can."
Let's see, how did it go? So let's see. It was white and red, kind of like a plate armor over robes. And then, alright, out of character, did they also mention like flaming wings? I'm trying to remember, because...
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, alright. And then they have like flaming wings on their back.
As you say that, the more wizard-looking individual that is behind them, listening to them, walks up, and I'm gonna say in a more bluish robe that doesn't look like it's from Gielinor, but somewhere else, goes, "Did he just describe a Blight Inquisitor? One of the knights goes, "Impossible, there shouldn't be one in Gielinor. Why is a Blight Inquisitor here?"
I'm sorry, a what Inquisitor?
The king raises his hand to calm the court as he looks over to you and goes, "A Blight Inquisitor is in a sense, a sort of foot soldier that is usually sent before an army comes through. They're meant to prepare the world for Saradomin's arrival. If one is here, I can only assume that is trying to prepare for Saradomin arrival, but the Lord of Order himself is busy dealing with Zamrak. One shouldn't be here. But wait,
Evidently,
you said this involved a cult. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, so basically, they kidnapped a bunch of civilians, brainwashed them to thinking they were Zamrakians, and tried to summon a demon to more or less, I guess, essentially start some pogroms on Zamrakians after that. More or less institute, like, martial law and hunt down Zamrakians.
Arthur is looking at you like you could tell that he's concerned about what he's hearing. Before he look at the elderly wizard and go, "Merlin, how long have we been here?" Merlin looks over and starts doing a quick calculation. "More than possibly 2 decades, Your Majesty. But nothing suggests that we are meant to go back to Terragard, to the kingdom. Saradomin was here, and he hasn't told us anything. If anything, the prophecy shouldn't be... It hasn't happened yet. So we remained here for that reason. So it's been 2 decades. That shouldn't mean anything. But there's a Blight Inquisitor on this planet, and he's causing a turmoil. Young one, what is your name?" he says, looking at you, Thimble.
Thimble Bramblefick, sir. What's up?
Are you certain that the person who gave you this information gave it to you accurately from the details of what this individual was wearing?
As best as I could remember.
This is concerning. Blight Inquisitors are very dangerous members of the Order of Terragard. Aside from me, there are other rulers of Terragard within other nations. I am the king of Aninka. But I came here to be able to free my friend Merlin from a trap that was caused by a sorceress within my realm. Sorry. And we remained here until the time was right for us to return, that requires us to return, when my kingdom required me to return. It's been over 2 decades. When we were last on Terragard, the Blight Inquisitors were individuals that were supposed to prepare for Saradomin's arrival or a ruler's arrival. They're foot soldiers that were meant to be something more. They traveled to other worlds to conquer them in the name of Saradomin, and if not for Saradomin, it is for something else, which is usually the magisters of other houses.
And what was this about a prophecy I overheard you two talking about just now?
Repeat that, I'm sorry?
What was this about a prophecy I heard you two talking about?
Merlin speaks up. Yes! According to the people of Ananka, sorry, to make sure I'm saying it right. Ananka, yeah. According to the people of Ananka, They believe that the moment that will come that King Arthur will leave the world of Terragard and head to another, and he will only return when the time is needed of his return, when the world, or his kingdom, it's wonky. It requires him to return. The prophecy is a bit loose, but I believe is when we get contact with Terragard to return. The knights here believe this was when Saradomin returned, but he never came to us, so we just assume that Terragard was never needed us yet. One of the knights speaks up. If I may, what if the Inquisitor is here to contact us but has no way? Perhaps it's trying to do that with this action? Which another knight responds with, but then he's causing the death of millions just to get our attention. That does not sound like a message being sent. More like a warning. You can see Arthur there just worried. As Asumi says, if we were to deal with the Blight Inquisitor, how successful would we be? That was Asumi's questioning. Which Arthur goes and looks at you and goes, I do not know. Blight Inquisitors are very powerful. They are connected to a powerful energy source called the Chasm. It's what gives us magic in Terragard. Like how Runestone, how Runestones gives you magic here. As I said, these are the foot soldiers of something more to come.
Tackling it head on might not be the best idea. How would one go about defeating a Bright Inquisitor exactly?
I am not certain. Blight Inquisitors are given to specific titles to different locations. They were starting off when I was in Terragard. Well, not starting off, but they were more of a isolated location. These they weren't something that I cared for or ever needed. Merlin, do you know anything about them? Merlin goes, it's a bit wonky. It could have changed, but according to what I recall, you basically had to go to some intense and painful training in a way that supposedly connected your armor to your spiritual form. You go through some endurance training, through pain endurance, through mental endurance. Basically, if the information is true, these individuals are powerful enough that they can take on an entire army and be able to go back home to take a nap. Assuming he responds with, well, we're dealing with something horrible, aren't we?
Yeah, but what else is new?
Merlin goes, oh, if you think that's horrible, trust me, whatever you think you faced before, times it by 1,000.
So then how can we stop them?
What else is there to add? Merlin goes, well, I don't have anything on me except for my robes and the knight's ability. They're an armor, which is the closest thing we were able to bring from Terragard. But I would say if the flaming wing things, I was there for a prototype. The flaming wing part. Did the person describe it as looking like energy was coming out of it?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, Your Majesty, they succeeded. They are harnessing the rift without having the rift connected. Oh. When we were there, they were experimenting to advance their magical and technological combination of magic, techno-magic, if you will. It's almost a little bit like invention that was discovered here that uses divine energy, but from what I could see, ours were more advanced, and it's probably had became even more advanced since the past 2 decades that we've been here on Gielinor.
Well, ain't that splendid? Do you happen to have a quest where we gain some kind of advanced technology from your world or something? Because that would be really helpful at this point.
Arthur sighs for a moment and he goes, "No. When we came to this world, we came in a hurry. We came with only the armor that we have, supplies, food, and everything. We were basically nomads. We came through the rift, which was not really planned on where we landed. The only thing that we do have is the armor that is the closest thing to Terragard, but we don't have any technology that could assist us, that could assist you in any way." Sumi responds with, "Well, do you know of anybody else that could be from Terragard? Perhaps maybe someone that joined you? I know there was an individual called Robert the Strong, but nothing showed that he brought technology with him." Arthur thinks for a moment before he goes, "There is actually someone. I was surprised when I heard his name, but I have not seen him in action, so perhaps it is a coincidence. There's an individual called Orb. He was a magister in Terragard. He was exiled long ago. I do not know where he is, but I heard that he still wears his magister armor and uses a staff connected to the Terragardian technology. I don't know if it's connected to the chasm, but I do know if they explained his appearance, he's the closest thing to Terragard technology being on Gielinor that I can think of."
Great, now we gotta go on a goose chase for a potentially really evil magister. Alright, well, there have been worse leads.
Go ahead.
I said, have there?
Yeah, we could just dive directly into Erebus or something.
I guess.
Assuming responds with, "Do you know where we could possibly look for any information regarding on this exiled magister?" Arthur shakes his head and he goes, "I'm sorry, no. This is just words that we heard from scouts and other knights as they passed by. Information that was relied to us that we at least heard of. There is an individual that I probably could help you, but we don't know how reliable they are. They might still be here, actually, in the town next to us called Sears Village. They might still be in the bar in there. They're the one that basically shares stories about the deserts. perhaps there's something there that perhaps maybe if he's still there, he could share with whatever information he has. Asumi nods and goes, "Thank you. That actually is helpful." And now, with him entering that, does anybody else have anything else to ask or say before, I guess you move on?
Nope, I got nothing else.
Oh, Asumi is actually typing something. He said he wanted to ask something else. Go ahead. Okay. She enters asking, "Your Majesty, if it is not too much of a trouble to ask, is there a possibility where we could have you assist us against this Inquisitor in case we ever face them in battle?" To which Arthur looks at you and goes, "Although I advise against the idea in fighting them, I would be honored to assist you with my knights and at least stopping this individual from causing trouble to this planet, to this realm. But I cannot promise that we will succeed. So I recommend being prepared for a possibility of combat." Asumi said he doesn't have anything else to ask. So I guess one more time, does anybody else have anything before we move on?
Nope.
No. Alright. Alright, and with that, you are all escorted out of the castle with one of the knights going, "Oh, this seems like a lot of trouble going on. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to talk with each other about what to do next. But you've given us a lot to think about. Do not doubt it. And King Arthur is a man of his word. If you guys do need help, we are here to help you. Hopefully without combat, but if there is one, we'll try our best to buy you some time for whatever plan you may have in the future." Asumi's typing. He says, "Thank you, fellow knights. I do hope that Saradomin's light shines upon us, and we are able to find a more peaceful resolution to this."
Hopefully, but I have my doubts.
One of the knights goes, "So do I. From what you told us, it seems the tarot card could have changed a lot. But still, being hopeful is not a problem. Just having a high expectation is." Eventually, they lead you guys to the gate of the castle, where you see Silas catching up, and he sees you walking out, where he gives a gentle nod and wave as he just waits outside of the gate. Is that old man with you?"
Yeah, he got here before we got the permission from the Basilissa.
Ah. Well, we didn't know he was with you guys, or at least doing a job for her, so we were denying his entrance. Sorry about that. Asumi responds with, "It is fine. Let's go to the bar then." Alright, so as you guys start walking to the bar, eventually you hear a lute being played. And inside the bar you could hear someone sing. And a very desert accent, Caridian, where you hear, and that's how I slew the dragon Berg, the beasts of Kandor, becoming the savior with my trusty sidekick, who I allowed the whole entire credit. As you entered, you see it is one of the famous signature hero, Ozon, a master thief and skilled archer. As the applause continues and coins being tossed, he goes, thank you, I will be here all day, but I will be leaving soon, so if you have any song requests, please ask away, and I will find a way to make it all about me. He looks over and he sees you, assuming, and he goes, oh shit. Hello, Sir Knight! It is great to see a white knight here. I hope you didn't come all the way to find little old me, because I'm pretty sure you are too far away from your jurisdiction, my friend. Asumi responds with, no, we're here for something else. Do you know the name Orb the Magister? Orb? Oh, that old story? Of course I do. I know almost anything that happens within the Caridian Desert and around the world. That definitely is something that I experienced with my good sidekick Quill. I'm sure you know of him. He was made World Guardian by Guthix because I was a little too busy doing something else. But hey, the credit can go to him as much as he wants. Why do you wish to know about the myth about a I don't know, what is he, a sorcerer? Undead sorcerer? Something along those lines.
Magister.
Yeah, well, you call him a magister, but he's actually an undead sorcerer, according to story. Something about separating your soul with your body. He should be dead.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we need to find him, so any information we can get on him will help.
Now, why in the world would you want to find him?
Let's leave that as a matter of shit's happening. And we might need his help to get some advanced Terra Guardian technology. It's a whole thing.
Terra Guardian?
I imagine you're a busy guy. We just want the information to get out, let you get back to your wonderful performance and whatnot.
He looks at you almost like he's plotting to, wanting to intervene before going, well, I suppose I am a little busy. I do have other things to take care of. I'm just taking a nice little break from everything else. After all, being an adventurer does have his downside, the stressfulness. Nonetheless, let's see if I can remember the song. He starts thinking, mumbling the lyrics, and goes, okay, there we go. According to the song that I recall saying, he was a human from another world who discovered the means to enter the underworld of this world. Something, he basically became a powerful necromancer, trained the evil sorcerer Nomad, and I believe he resides still in the underworld, if the song lyric is correct. Yeah, he has his own little station in the underworld. I believe it's just outside the gate. Asumi responds with, I'm sorry, there's a gate? It's a belief between the Caridians that the entrance to the underworld is located, I forgot the name of that city.
Menaphos? Oh, sorry, no, Sophanim. Menaphos backwards.
Yes, Sophanim. It is located in Sophanim. It's basically under the Church of Altran, the god of the dead. One of the bigger pantheons of the desert, aside from Tumikin himself. Supposedly, the church leads underground that leads to a passage to the underworld, to Alturin's fortress. A legend has it that the Magister is there basically collecting souls of the Devourers, Amoscott's minions. After that, he doesn't seem to be causing any more trouble. The former World Guardian, and myself, of course, because, again, I'm from the desert, and that is my home that I have to protect. We both went and vanquished the Magister. Or at least we put a halt to his plan. I don't think he can die.
Probably not.
Asumi asks, what do you mean he can't die? Well, he's been coming back. He's like a cockroach, if you will. Every time he's defeated, he's basically able to pop back up and, round two type of stuff. But
So
that's
you're
all I know.
saying...
Sorry, you were saying...
So, so to defeat him, you are saying to just tear off his legs and throw him in under rocks.
I never thought of that. I mean, that's a possibility. But yeah, no, like, if you do end up fighting him, he is very powerful, but if you hope to kill him, that's probably not something you successfully do. He could just pop right back up. I believe there's a thing for that. I think my friend Ariane said something like that would have to be a lich, maybe? Asumi asks, wait, so you think he might be a lich? Well, it's more according to the information bestowed upon my friend. He could be. It explains why he always comes back, but he doesn't look like one. Usually liches are more skeleton-looking or corpse-looking.
True. I wonder if maybe it has something to do with his Terra Guardian technology then.
Possibly. That's a possibility, whatever the hell that is. But I do know this. It is possible that if he isn't a lich per se, whatever technology the Guardian took hold on, like, he's basically trying to say the word, but you see he struggles with it before he goes. The technology of these people, I mean, it probably explains the other part of the legend where he was able to remove his soul from his body.
Interesting. Well, I guess if we finally find this guy, we'll figure that part out.
I wish you luck then. Like I said, he's somewhere in the desert. Or not. I don't know. Like I said, he's been quiet recently. He might be doing something else.
Alright, well. By the way, have you happened to hear any rumors about mysterious old men showing up and doing some crazy soul stuff?
You're going to have to be a little specific. Do you have any idea how many ghost stories I hear?
I guess someone matching Oreb's description is...
So what was the question? An old man doing what?
Hold on.
Take your time while he's looking for the description. Yeah, Ozan is just there.
Sorry, I had to answer something from my mom.
Right.
Yeah, so someone matching Oreb's description.
Someone matching his description. Let's see. Nope, not that I know of. Actually, I do recall hearing that there was a moment I wasn't there myself, sadly, but my friend Quill, the former World Guardian, was. He has dealt with some situation that almost involved the Majorat, the Zamarakian Majorat, from stealing the souls of every individual of the world. Luckily, he put a stop to it. Perhaps the Magister might have been responsible for that somehow.
Where were they having this Majorat thing happening then?
What was that?
Where were the Majorat having their plan and whatnot?
He goes, it was, how long actually was it? About a year or two ago, so I can't say for certain if it's related to Orb. But after that, yeah, he's in the wind, in other words. If you're looking for him, probably see if any willing wizard will be happy enough to go on ahead and actually call upon him. Maybe summon him or send some sort of telepathic message, no?
Like he'll answer that.
What is a Majorat?
What was that, Bear?
What is a Majorat?
They hate berries and everything related to berries. Majorat translates to I really hate berries.
Oh, so just evil people with no souls.
Yeah, basically.
Sometimes they even look like raisins.
You have no idea how accurate that sounds. Oh, man. Ozan goes...
What were you trying to...
Sorry, go ahead.
What were you trying to say, Luke?
Oh, sometimes they even look like raisins.
Ugh, who wants to look at raisins?
Raisins don't count as berries, so I don't like them.
Which is why the Majorat are just that evil.
Seems so.
As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, eeny, meeny, miny. Asumi, roll for perception check for me. Don't ask me why, just do it. Oh, your D&D Beyond is not working? That's weird. Like, what does it show you? Like an error? I'll just tell you what the what your perception is, and you can just roll it. You have a plus 2 in your perception check. A 4. Okay. You don't notice anything. You're just looking at your friends and listening to them. You don't notice anything happening at this moment. With that, you see Ozan stepping back and going, well, my friends, I must depart. I hope you managed to be I hope your life has managed to be enlightened by my presence, the great Ozan of the hero of Kandor and vanquishers of dragons. Hopefully we may meet each other again where I could perhaps steal some stories from you. Until then, goodbye, he says, teleporting away. After saying, and thank you for paying for a round of ale for the people, Sir Knight. Assuming you've, with that, you notice now that your inventory is about, not your inventory, your gold, your currency pouch is about, God, how much did he steal again? Oh yeah, you feel your inventory being about 100 gold coins short now.
Rip.
He's typing right now. Give him a moment.
He is not happy.
So he responds with, "This son of a bitch, this robbed me."
There. This is why you don't meet your heroes.
I have no idea who that was.
Tell me, do you think he breathes between all that self-praise, or is it just a full-time job now?
Pretty sure that self-praise is his breath.
So he responds with, "First of all, he's not my hero. My hero is Uncle Steve. Second of all, that fucking bastard stole my money."
There, Asumi, there.
He responds with, "You're mocking me, aren't you?"
Oh, yeah, just a little bit.
He just growls a bit, just cranky at what happened. And with that, the people are basically ordering drinks with that 100 gold coins that were stolen from you.
Like, let's focus on what we now know. We gotta find this Oreb guy. He might be in the desert, or he might no longer be in the desert because no one knows where he is. So, should we ask a wizard to contact him? Luke, you're a wizard. Do you know any ways of contacting evil wizards?
Oh yeah, let me just pull out my evil wizard contact book.
Please do. I mean, if you could also look up, what's his name? If you could also look up Surok Magus while you're in there too, we might be able to get somewhere.
Haha, very funny.
I know, I'm hilarious.
So he responds with, "Let's just go back to Falador and see if we can ask on Klimdu for help. That, or we could go to the wizard." Actually, you put a question mark there. Why? Oh, yeah, no, that's the name of the location. You're fine, don't worry. Anyway, or perhaps we could go to the Wizards Guild, which is basically still in the Kingdom of Kendron. It might take us a while, but perhaps they can help us.
What about the old man who was with King Arthur? I believe Merlin was his name.
Yeah, but I mean...
He looked like a wizard.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It might be pretty risky. He might not want to endanger Camelot by summoning Oreb there. So, I mean, it sounds like they don't exactly like the guy.
Asumi responds.
Let's go somewhere else.
Sorry, what were you saying, Woodick? Sorry.
No, let's go somewhere else then to summon this evil guy.
Asumi was gonna say of what Dimple's statement saying. Plus, if they had a means to contact him or find him, they would have told us. Considering the urgency of our mission, they seem to believe it's urgent enough to share with us about this Oreb person.
So, I mean, technically speaking, it probably would just be faster to get back to Falador. Or, actually, is there something I can roll to do a math check to see how long it would take us to get back to Falador as opposed to going to Yanil?
Let's see. Do any of you have a map? I mean, I would assume...
Yeah, I'm saying I'm trying to do a calculation in my head.
Oh, just in your head? Oof.
Yeah, like probably. I mean, we probably have a map, so I'll probably use that as a reference. But just trying to calculate whether it take me longer to go to Yaniel or to Falador.
Couldn't I just teleport to
Oh, sorry, repeat that?
It's like, couldn't I just teleport to
You probably cannot. If I remember your backstory correctly, you weren't in the Wizard Tower that long, right? You went from the Wizard Tower to Varrock Guard, or was it the other way around?
No, you're right.
Okay, then yeah, because you weren't in the Wizard Tower that long and your primary focus was on explosive magic, I would say that your teleporting knowledge only extends as far as Varrock, being a guard at Varrock. But yeah, no, Yano wouldn't be that one location you can teleport to. Not even a lodestone because you don't have that unlocked yet. So to answer your question, Temple, with your calculations, as you're doing it in your head, you're trying to think for a moment.
I was asking if there was a skill check for that, but okay.
Huh?
I was asking if there was like a thing I could roll for that to see how well I do.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask you to roll for history to see if you recall the mapping of at least Kendron.
7.
7. You don't. Sorry, you don't have an accurate memorization of the map of Kendron and Ascarnia when you're trying to remember the world map itself. As you try doing the calculation in your head, you believe that you could probably make it to Yeno fast enough with a mount, but you do know, and you're confident enough to know that Falador could probably still be the quickest because you just came from it, and the train station to it is just a town away.
I also just realized I do have the teleport spell.
What?
I have the teleport spell,
Yes, you do.
so I could just teleport us back to Falador.
Yeah, and I believe Asumi can also, because you also have a teleport spell, don't you? Because I've seen your character's sheet so many times because you wanted me to check on the ruin stuff. You said he.
Oh, well, hold on.
Okay, yeah, no, he said he does too. Okay, then yeah, you guys can teleport to Falador. One of you can teleport the other, or whatever you want to do.
Okay, so looking at the spell, though, I have to wait till 3rd level or higher before I can teleport anyone else with me. And I only have 2nd level spell slots.
Right, so you can't
So,
teleport anyone else with you yet.
okay.
Oh, Asumi asked this, and yes, actually, you're right. Asumi would have the ability to use the lodestone. Because he is a white knight.
Haven't all spellcasters from our party gotten the ability to teleport to Falador with the lodestone as a reward for the cult?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, by all accounts, all of us can use the lodestone.
Alright, so Asumi, you can go on ahead. Yeah, so Asumi says that he has the lodestone, so he could go on ahead and use that. And, teleport all of you guys if everyone is okay with that idea.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can also... Yeah.
Sounds good.
Alright, so Asumi said he'll do that then. Alright, so Asumi goes on ahead, letting you guys know in character, because actually I want to pause for a minute, so we can go and take like like a 30-minute break so I can get some water and something to snack on. But as you guys go on ahead, and Asumi goes on ahead and he takes out the chalk and starts drawing a magic circle around all of you. Basically, you guys are sort of all are huddled up together as he starts drawing the circle. And he goes on ahead and he gets out a book and he starts saying the incantation within the book. The circle starts glowing to where eventually you're all teleported. You're first lifted into the air slightly before teleported straight back to Falador. You're teleported outside of the gate as you magically land on top of the lodestone where you step off, and you look and you see you're just right outside of the gate. And with that, we're going to pause it here to take a real quick break, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we will return in about 30 minutes. So enjoy the intermission. And yes, so we'll be right back. Alright, I have some news for everybody real quick. I'm actually going to have to end the session here early right now because I have some family emergency that just came up and I have to go somewhere with my nephew right now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was hoping that it would have been something that Susie could deal with, but she hasn't had enough sleep. So I'm going to be driving and to get this figured out quickly. And so because of that, I am so sorry, everybody at home. I know this has only been like 2 hours, and then recording is going to be an hour. But family comes first. And the rest of you guys, my players, again, sorry. Family comes first. So I am going to need you guys to please stay tuned for the next session. Follow, subscribe, people at home. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week without issue. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.
Good luck. No worries. And yeah, take your time.
care.
Good luck.